Ignoring irritation in your vaginal area is something many people do, often because of embarrassment, uncertainty, or simply being too busy to pay attention to what their body is trying to tell them. But your vagina is an essential part of your overall health, and it deserves attentive care, just like any other part of your body. By learning to recognize irritation, understanding its causes, and taking early, appropriate action, you can prevent minor issues from becoming major problems. Let's talk openly about why ignoring vaginal irritation is a mistake, what you should look out for, and how to care for this vital part of your body. First, let's address the fact that vaginal irritation is incredibly common. Nearly everyone with a vagina will experience some form of discomfort, itchiness, redness, or abnormal discharge at some point in their lives. This might be due to simple causes, like wearing tight clothing or using a new soap, or it could be a sign of an underlying infection or other health condition. Too often, people ignore these symptoms, hoping they'll go away on their own. But by doing so, you risk allowing a treatable issue to become more serious and potentially much harder to resolve. So, what exactly constitutes vaginal irritation? The list of symptoms is longer than you might think. You might notice itching, burning, redness, or swelling. There could be unusual discharge. Maybe it's thicker, a different color, or has a stronger odor than usual. Pain during sex, discomfort when urinating, or even minor bleeding can all be signs that something isn't right. It's important to recognize that these symptoms are your body's way of asking for attention. They're not something to be ashamed of or to brush aside. Now, let's talk about some of the most common causes of vaginal irritation. One of the leading culprits is an imbalance in the natural bacteria and yeast that live in your vagina. This balance can be disrupted by many things: antibiotics, hormonal changes, even stress. Other frequent offenders include scented soaps, bubble baths, laundry detergents, and certain fabrics, especially those that don't allow the area to breathe. Sexual activity, particularly with new partners or without adequate lubrication, can also introduce irritants or pathogens. And of course, there are infections like yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis, both of which are extremely common and highly treatable, provided you don't ignore the warning signs. Sometimes, irritation can also be a sign of a sexually transmitted infection, or STI. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, and trichomoniasis can all cause vaginal discomfort. It's important to remember that these conditions are medical issues, not moral failings, and they require professional attention. Early detection and treatment can prevent long-term complications and protect your reproductive health. Many people shy away from seeking help because of embarrassment or fear of being judged. But your healthcare provider has seen and heard it all before. They're there to help you, not to make you feel uncomfortable. If you're experiencing persistent or severe irritation, especially if it comes with other symptoms like fever, pelvic pain, or unusual discharge, don't wait. Make an appointment. Early intervention can make all the difference. Let's also address the myth that the vagina needs to be constantly cleaned with special products. In reality, the vagina is self-cleaning. Using harsh soaps, douches, or scented wipes can do more harm than good, stripping away the natural protective bacteria and making irritation more likely. The best way to clean your vulva, the external part of your genitals, is with warm water and, if you choose, a very mild, fragrance-free soap. Avoid putting anything inside your vagina that wasn't designed to be there, including cleansers, sprays, or deodorants. Your vagina is healthiest when left to its own devices. Clothing choices can also impact vaginal health. Tight-fitting clothes, synthetic underwear, and leggings that don't allow airflow can trap moisture and heat, creating an environment where irritants and infections can thrive. Opt for breathable fabrics like cotton and change out of damp clothing, such as swimsuits or workout gear, as soon as possible. These small changes can make a big difference in preventing irritation. Sexual health practices also play a role. Use water-based lubricants if you experience dryness during intercourse, and make sure to urinate after sex to help flush out any bacteria. If you're using condoms, be aware that some people are sensitive to latex or the lubricants used on certain brands. If you notice irritation after sex, try switching products and see if that helps. Menstruation brings its own set of challenges. Pads, tampons, and menstrual cups can all cause irritation if they're not changed regularly or if you're sensitive to their materials. Look for unscented products and change them as directed to minimize your risk. If you develop a rash or discomfort, try a different product or talk to your healthcare provider for recommendations. Another area that's often overlooked is the impact of daily habits. Diet, hydration, and stress levels all affect vaginal health. Drinking plenty of water, eating a balanced diet, and managing stress can help your body maintain its natural balance. If you notice certain foods or activities seem to trigger irritation, keep a journal and discuss your findings with your doctor. When you do notice irritation, what should you do? First, try to identify any recent changes in your routine: new products, clothing, or sexual partners. Stop using any new soaps, lotions, or detergents, and switch to gentle, fragrance-free options. Wear loose, breathable clothing and avoid scratching, which can make things worse. If the irritation is mild and goes away within a day or two, it may have been a simple reaction. But if symptoms persist, worsen, or are accompanied by pain, fever, or unusual discharge, it's time to seek medical advice. Don't try to self-diagnose or treat persistent vaginal irritation with over-the-counter creams or home remedies unless you know exactly what's causing it. While some products may provide temporary relief, they can also mask symptoms or make certain conditions worse. Your healthcare provider can perform a simple exam, sometimes with lab tests, to determine the cause and recommend the right treatment. Remember, your sexual and reproductive health is an integral part of your overall well-being. Taking care of your vagina isn't just about avoiding irritation. It's about feeling comfortable, confident, and empowered in your own body. When you pay attention to changes and act promptly, you're taking control of your health. Let's also not forget the emotional side of things. Dealing with vaginal irritation can be stressful and even isolating, especially if you feel uncomfortable talking about it. But you're not alone. Millions of people experience these issues every year, and support is available. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or support groups if you need someone to talk to. Reducing stigma and shame around vaginal health benefits. That's everyone. For those who may be wondering about prevention, the best approach is a combination of healthy habits and regular self-checks. Familiarize yourself with what's normal for your body, your usual discharge, scent, and how your vagina feels at different times of the month. That way, you'll be better equipped to notice when something is off. Schedule regular checkups with your healthcare provider, even if you're not experiencing symptoms. Preventive care is key to catching problems early. To sum up, ignoring vaginal irritation is never the right choice. Your body is sending you a message, and it's up to you to listen. Whether the cause is as simple as a new detergent or as serious as an infection, early attention is the best way to protect your health. Make time for self-care, prioritize gentle hygiene, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. By respecting your body and responding to its needs, you're investing in your comfort, confidence, and long-term well-being. The bottom line is this: stop ignoring irritation. Your vagina is resilient, but it deserves respect and care. By breaking the silence and taking your symptoms seriously, you're making a powerful choice for your health, one that will benefit you for years to come.